you so much for watching. This is Emmy. Hello and good afternoon. It's been a wonderful week. I am so glad to be here once again sharing a video with you all. Thank you so much to my 18 subscribers. Woo! Thank you so much for continuously watching these videos. Hopefully I'm not getting progressively more annoying. I feel like that might be happening. Anyway, so as promised, I'm gonna do a tryout of some of the makeup that I bought in Rome. Today I'm actually just gonna focus on the eyes, and I'm gonna use exclusively the palette I bought out there, which was this Chocolate Vice by I Love Makeup, which is a dupe for the TooFaced one. So a little bit different. Not all the colors are exactly the same, but we know what they're trying to do here. So this is the palette. Definitely a dupe for the TooFaced one. It smells like chocolate. Anyway, it smells delicious. And when I felt it in the store, oh yeah, they are so creamy and buttery, and they feel super nice. So I have a feeling it's very much going to be a dupe for that TooFaced palette. We're about to find out. So gonna focus on the eyes today so that way I don't take forever. Blushing Hearts Triple Baked Blusher on camera with you guys as well. I'm gonna try it as a highlighter because as a blush it was muddy on me. I did that already one time. It was a big mistake. So I'm gonna see if we can make it work as a highlighter, and we will find out together. I'll be right back and I'll start the eyeshadow tutorial. Okay, I'm gonna prime my lids with my LA Girl Pro Concealer. It's actually their yellow corrector, and so I'm gonna use this all over my lid to get a little primer going. The purpose of priming your lids is basically just to make that eyeshadow last longer, stick better, and have less creasing. So in case you're like, why? That is the purpose behind it. So you prime it, it makes those eyeshadows glide on a little smoother and stay longer and have less creasing. So I guess it is kind of a cheat to do the priming and then try a new eyeshadow, but to be honest, if the eyeshadow is really bad anyway, the primer is not gonna save it. So I think I'm gonna mix this one here and this one here. And what do they call it? Let me see the names of these things. So I'm gonna mix Sway and a Raisin. Sway and Raisin. This one and this one. I'm gonna mix those together and put them all over my lid. And the reason for doing this, again, similar to the primer, it's so that way when you're blending out your eyeshadow, it makes it that much easier to blend. I feel like it's one thing that I try to never skip, because I do find that blending is harder when you don't do that step, which is just some light powder all over the lid before starting to do the eyeshadow application. Taking my Morphe 505 or M505 brush, I'm gonna go ahead and dip into those just kind of randomly together. There's a lot of fallout. All right. All right, so that shadow pretty much comes out transparent. That is the point of it. You don't want it to show. It just needs to be a base so that the blending is easier for the shadows. Just realizing I didn't really plan out a look. I don't know what I want to do. I'm really being drawn to these pinks right here. Ooh, and these are beautiful. Ooh. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do kind of a warm pink look with maybe a spotlight of one of these in the center. That's what we're gonna do. All right, let's do it. As a transition shade, I'm gonna go ahead and use this color here, which is Convert. So there we go. I'm gonna pick that up as my transition. I'm hoping it is not too ash toned. I'm hoping it's more of a neutral to warm. We're about to find out. All right, so it's super light. I don't think I'm having any blending issues, which is nice. But I'm not really seeing it, to be honest. But it's hard to see on camera. So I'm gonna start using my mirror in a second here with you guys. And that way, you know, I can make sure I'm not gonna look crazy in real life. So it is coming on. It's super neutral, which I don't hate. I actually do like that. That I can roll with. But it's just on camera, it's not really picking it up. You can tell the difference between this eye and this eye, but you can't, if I just showed you this eye, you couldn't really see it. So I hope you guys see the difference at least. So you know I'm not lying. There is definitely something happening. So again, transition shade is usually right where I go to right after my lids are prepped and I did the sheer coat of shadow all over them. And normally with a transition shade, it's just a very light shade in the palette, but that has a little bit of color, typically a brown or an orange or a peach color. Transition shades are typically matte. I think they work the best. So again, makeup is makeup, guys. It's fun and there's not really any hard and fast rules. You can do whatever in the world you feel like doing. That's my opinion on makeup in general, but I'm just letting you know what I'm doing, so if you like it and you want to recreate it, you know why I do it and how I do it. So as you can see, I keep packing it on because it is so light and neutral that I'm not seeing it a lot. Like I can see it in person. The camera is not picking it up really at all. But I promise it's there. But even so, as you guys could tell, I've dipped into it quite a bit because it's not like super pigmented. But for a transition shade, I'm not hating it. I actually kind of really like it. I rather that than almost too much pigment and then it becomes super hard to work with, because when you're already having trouble with the transition shade, it's gonna be a long process. All right, so that is down with my Morphe M511. And I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this color right here. It is kind of a shimmer, so I'm hoping it's not too shimmery because it's gonna kind of kill it if it is. We'll hope for the best. And that color there is called Must. All right, so we're gonna go into Must and kind of pick it on with the brush right here. This one is not having as much fallout as the lighter shades. And by the way, that light brown didn't have as much fallout as the light colors either. All right, so as you can tell, I'm actually kind of putting it in the same spot, but I'm bringing it in a little bit more and keeping it lower. I am using a fluffier brush, so it is gonna go into a wider area. That is okay. I don't mind it mixing with my transition shade. I'm okay with that. Point, I could always go back in and put more of a transition shade back on. So I'm just putting this basically in the same areas as the transition, but when it comes to my lid, I'm bringing it in farther. As you can tell, I'm bringing it about halfway through my lid, and then I'm rolling it back up toward the crease in circular motions. Okay, again, very light. It's nothing like, it's not hyper pigmented, but I don't hate it. In person, I actually really like it because it makes the blending very easy. So they're blending out really nicely. I just kind of have to keep dipping into them over and over and over again to get it to actually take the color on a little bit better. However, again, I also am in studio lighting, which kind of has a harder time picking stuff up sometimes. So that being said, it's possible I'm gonna walk out and this is gonna be much more vibrant than it's currently showing up. It actually is really pretty. I think you guys can kind of see it. It is picking up that pink tone. I'm really liking it, and I am loving the way these are blending. They are spectacular. I really, really like them. I think they're actually going to be a very nice dupe for that Too Faced palette. The nice part about dupes, you don't pick up dupes very often, but the nice thing about picking up a dupe like this for an expensive palette is that you can travel with it, and I don't feel really guilty about it. Like if it stays in my car overnight and it gets a little hotter than it's supposed to or whatever, like I just don't feel as guilty about it because I didn't pay $40-something. Does that make sense, right? I'm gonna put down, I'm gonna go with this one here. This color is Persuade right here. So I'm gonna get that on a flat brush and try to put it kind of in the center, but I don't wanna bring it all the way to the corner just because I don't want it to look too glam. The brush I'm gonna use for this one is the Morphe M204. So it's kind of a flatter brush. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pick it up. I'm not wetting it or anything. I'm just gonna try it the way it is. And I'm starting it right in the center here, and then just kind of moving it this way just a tidbit. Center of the lid, brushing toward the outside corner, not the inside corner. Very pretty. I think if I were to wet this one, it would be really, really, really pretty. But I'm not gonna do that today. I'm keeping it as simple as possible for work purposes. It's still coming out completely radiant and beautiful. Yeah, so if I were to wet this and it picked up even more, it would look pretty awesome. And for like a night out or a date night or something like that, I would totally do that. But for right now, I really like the way this is just as it is. I know this is boring. But I think I kind of just like it. You know how sometimes you just want a really simple look? Yeah, I kind of really like it the way it is. I don't want to mess with it too much more. All right, I'm gonna add this darker brown right here, just because I feel kind of sad leaving you guys this way with such a tiny tutorial. So that color would be Need. That makes sense. Everyone needs a dark brown color in their palette. Go back to this one. And use Need for it. Use Need on it. Okay, so there. And I always tap out the excess when it comes to shadows because I rather it fall that way than all over my face, and it be harder to clean up. Again, I've not done my face makeup at all yet, so it's not like it would be terrible to have to clean it up, but still. So I'm just kind of pressing that right here. I'm not really moving it yet. I'm just pressing it down and then kind of making it deeper by pressing harder with my brush and kind of trying to just keep it there and then very lightly moving it in. But again, I was kind of happy with the way it was looking, so I don't want to move it too much. I don't want to mess with it too much. I just figured I would deepen it up just a little, so it's a little deeper in the corner. So I don't know if you can tell that it's deeper than this one. So no brown on the corner, yes brown on the corner. Okay, we'll do the same thing to the other side. Again, just really pressing that in. That I've already started this, I'm gonna go ahead and make it even deeper. Dark brown color right here, and that is what they call, I'm gonna go into Treat. Maybe because it looks like a milk chocolate. Yeah. Using the same brush because I don't plan to go lighter again. So. And doing the exact same thing. Just placing it right here and then kind of wiggling it in circular motions but keeping it really steady in one spot. And then I'm going to very lightly sweep it into my crease above the glitter. But again, I don't want to ruin that pinky look that I kind of wanted in the first place. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna brush this outward a little bit. Okay. So that is done. I'm gonna obviously do the same thing to this side. Yeah, I really like this palette. I think it is a very good dupe for the Too Faced one. I think it works spectacularly. They are blending super nice. And if you're looking for a cheaper alternative and you've wanted to try the Too Faced chocolate palette, yeah, I would say go for it. I'm gonna take my big fluffy brush, the one I used at the beginning to put the sheer shadows in, and I'm just gonna blend this all so there's not any harsh lines. So that's the final step. This is it. What I am gonna do is I'm just gonna make sure that there's not too much lightness on it. There we go. Trying to hold it near the edge of the brush and just in circular motions, kind of going through the crease and the outside corner. I'm not doing the lid because I don't want that shimmer glittery eyeshadow that I used in the center of the lid to get all over the place. So I'm trying to stay away from that. Just trying to really smooth out the edges. I'm gonna go put my face on off camera. I'll be right back. I am back. Okay, so my face is on. It's done. So now I'm gonna finish my eyes on camera with you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and start with my Rimmel London, their long wear waterproof eyeliner, and this one is in nude. I was like, what? It's a nude color. It's called Nude. And I'm gonna put that in my waterline. Go with that. And then on top, I'm gonna use my Extra Intense Liquid Pencil Eyeliner in black from L'Oreal. Just kind of speckle it on near my lashes, and then I'm gonna take an angle brush and just actually line with it. This liner, the L'Oreal one, is super creamy, so this is my preferred way of doing it, or else it comes out very, very dark and very strong, which for the waterline actually works magnificently. But if you just kind of want a day look, a nice little simple day look with a little black eyeliner on top, sometimes that intensity is not necessary. I'm gonna put some on the bottom underneath my lashes, and I'm actually just gonna take my angle brush and take my pencil, and because I don't want it to get too crazy and intense, I'm just gonna put it on my angle brush, almost like I'd be dipping it into a gel liner or something like that. And then I'm just gonna take it underneath this waterline here and start dabbling it on. So eyeliner is done. I know this is a really boring look. I've done two really kind of simple boring looks in a row. I hope you guys don't mind, but this is kind of everyday stuff, so I feel like maybe everyone can get a little something from it anyway. Hopefully. All right, to finish up, I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I'm gonna take my e.l.f. little eyebrow kit in dark and my nudes. And I'm gonna take my MAC 208 eyebrow brush, and I'm just gonna start mixing all this stuff together so I can do what I wanna do. Eyebrows are done. I think I may have kind of overdone them today. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go back to my Balm Mad Lash Mascara, which has absolutely been my favorite recently. my opinion on the dupes for the Too Faced chocolate palette is that they work fantastically. I'm thoroughly impressed with them. To be honest, the entire palette as a whole isn't naturally my cup of tea, but I had to get it. I had to try these, and the way they function and work and how creamy they are and how easy they are to blend, they're amazing. And that color, that pop of shimmer that I used in the center here on my lid is such an amazing color. I know I'm gonna end up doing like a crazy smoky eye with that soon. I got the other thing I was supposed to show you guys. So the Blushing Hearts Triple Baked Blusher. That's how it looks. I don't know why I thought this would actually work as a blush. Now that I'm looking at it with the reflection of the camera, that was pretty crazy of me to think that, because this thing is highlighter heaven. I mean, do you see this? Okay, let me just, I mean, it is pink when you get to the pink end, but when you rub them all in, like, that's a freaking highlighter. So it's no wonder it completely like crazy accentuated my pores. I put this on and it was like, ah, there's pores everywhere. I was like, no. So anyway, let me go ahead and use this as a highlighter. The highlighter, I'm gonna use my tapered highlighter brush from Lexi. It's the 522, there it is. And I'm actually just gonna kind of try to use all of them. I'm gonna sweep this way and try to just apply that up here to the high points of my cheekbone. And I kind of always take it all the way back, like past my eye. That's my latest move. So this is where I've been kind of keeping my highlight these days, on the back end, kind of just right here and then back and toward my eye, because if I go too low, it accentuates the pores, which is obviously when I was trying to use it as a blush, that did not work because of that. God, my eyebrows are kind of crazy today. All right, anyway, doesn't matter, I'm done. That's a lie, I did not put blush on, I forgot about that. All right, so what do you think of this highlight? I think I really, really like it. Let me check it out in a mirror. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, for pictures and camera and stuff, I think it looks kind of cool. But it's kind of a bit much. I'm gonna have to like blend that out with my beauty blender before work. All right, so I don't hate it. I mean, if you're looking for like a bam highlighter, that thing works. So it works magically as a highlighter. Like, this is highlight city. Crazy highlight city over here. I think I put less product on this side and this one looks more normal. This is kind of intense. I'm going to blend this out. That's the right word. I'm gonna blend this out with my beauty blender, and then on the final look, so you guys can really see what it looks with flash photography and all that good stuff. I'll post those at the end, as I usually do, and you'll get to see more of a glamorous me. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. I'd love to have you as a regular viewer. I appreciate you all out there who are watching these. Thank you so much. And I'll be back next week. Thanks so much. Good morning. Rub that out. Don't read into that. What do I want to do with this thing? Where I keep hearing things. Did you guys hear that? Is that a cat or a child? It's a cat. Bye. please subscribe if you haven't already. So if you are not part of the 18